And once again, hello, I'm Tia, the founder of RiseRelief, where the company is established to utilize crowdfunding to help student loan borrowers pay off their student loan debt with no strings attached. And so here we are again. We're talking about student loan debt, in which there are some facts that I want to spit for you actually. Did you know that student loan debt in the United States has surpassed $1.7 trillion? Did you know that? Which that is a ridiculous number. This demonstrates a supreme problem that Americans have when it comes to being able to afford to pay down their student loans. $1.7 trillion is a lot. Also, did you know that over 40 million Americans currently own student loans and have student loans in which 25% of those loans have been in default? Did you know that the average borrower owes between $30,000 to $40,000 in student loans? And you have people like myself who are in the upper echelon of the student loan debt amount. Again, I owe over 6 figures worth of student loan debt, and I'm going to show y'all that actually today in this video, my proof of that. Did you know many borrowers are still paying their student loans into their 40s, their 50s, their 60s? Even boomers are now dealing with student loan crisis in which they should have been done with paying off loans. And unfortunately, it has carried over almost into retirement. Again, this is demonstrating how student loans and the way that the terms work, interest rates, the way that they work, it just does not work. It is not sufficient for student loan borrowers, especially since education has skyrocketed price-wise as much as it has year over year. Next up, did you know that student loan payments can range from $200 to well over $1,000 plus per month, depending on the borrower? Which, $200, it just depends on what type of job you have. It depends on what type of family expenses you have. It depends on if you have medical bills. It depends what type of career you decided to choose. And then also, it's always contingent upon the market. And as we know, here in 2026, our market is literally at an all-time high. Gas, food, shelter, housing, clothing, daycare, all of these things, medical bills, everything is sky high. And then on top of that, you have to live, you have to eat, you have to buy groceries. And then here you are with the student loan debt. And now they're saying, we're getting ready to pull you guys out of this delinquency cover that Joe Biden had administered. And now here you are, pay these bills in which most Americans cannot afford. And so now more delinquencies are getting ready to happen. Did you know that student loan debt is one of the only types of debt that is very difficult, and if not able, you're not able to file for bankruptcy or discharge? That is also written in our promissory notes as we sign on the dotted line, which, we sign on the dotted line as 18-year-olds out of desperation because we wanted to have a career. We wanted to move forward. We needed to gain skill set. So it was as if, okay, either this or that, either McDonald's or get this degree, either go work at a warehouse or get this degree. And that's nothing against those who work at McDonald's or warehouses, but the student loans were needed because college was expensive. Nobody had 20 grand a year to just dish out to colleges, $30,000 a year to dish out. Did you know many borrowers delay major life decisions because of student loan debt? And I think you know that we all have stories of how we aren't able to do small things like go on family vacations, begin to build wealth, purchase homes, real estate, all of those things. We're not able to do those things. Cars, nothing. Even barely being able to afford rent, our mortgage because of the student loan debt. Okay. Also, did you know interest can cause borrowers to pay significantly more than what they originally borrowed? This is the issue where I'm at right now. And right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you why my student loans skyrocketed the way that they did. And it's due to the fact that the interest accrued. Okay. Okay, so I'm getting ready to go on to my student loan servicer, which is Mohila. At first it was Nailnet and also Navient, and then we ended up having to transfer our loans over to Mohila, which took a while, took months. And I'm gonna go ahead and log in. And so it takes us in, and now I'm getting ready to show you what my current loan balance is, and it was not this at one point. I went to a private college first, which was $60,000, and then my degree was it was a bachelor's of business. It was only 60 grand. After that, I went and got my master's degree in teaching, which was only 20 grand. So it's a total of 80 grand, right? Because of forbearance, because of interest accruing over the course of time for a very long time, and me only paying on the minimum balance, if that, now my loan amount is here at 200 grand. So there's the current loan balance right there. That's the amount that I owe now, and this is due to interest accrual over time. I'm also on the IBR repayment plan, which is income-based repayment, and so because of that, because of the amount of money that I make as a teacher, I am at a zero amount payment plan for now. And because of that, the loans have just accrued over and over and over and over and over again. And that's why I'm at 200 grand at this point. I also have private loans, which is a whole nother factor. So I'm now at 270,000 worth of student loan debt.